Welcome back, everybody. Um, just a little preface. Whenever I'm looking down over here in the corner, I'm staring at my daughter while she is sleeping, because that is the only time that I have to read to you is on my days off when she is sleeping, and if I have basically all of the stuff done around my house and around my property that needs to be done. So yeah, I just have very little time. Anyways, we're going to jump right into this. So, the very first time I read chapters 1, 2, and 3 all the way through, and now we're going to start at chapter 4. And Adam knew Chua, his woman, and she conceived and bore Coain, and said, I have gotten a man from Yahweh. And she again bore his brother Havel, and Havel was a keeper of sheep. But Cain was a tiller of the ground, and in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto Yahweh. And Havel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And Yahweh had respected unto Havel and to his offerings, but unto Cain and to his offerings he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And Yahweh said unto Cain, Why are you wroth, and why is your countenance fallen? If you do well, shall you not be accepted? And if you do not well, sin lies at the door, and unto you shall be his desire, and you shall rule over him. And Cain talked with Havel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Havel his brother, and slew him. And Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is Havel your brother? And he said, I know not. Am I to guard my brother? And he said, What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries unto me from the ground. And now are you cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto you her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall you be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, you have driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from your face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that finds me shall slay me. And Yahweh said unto him, Therefore whoever slays Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his woman, and she conceived and bore Shinnok. And he built a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Shinnok. And unto Shinnok was born Lired, and Lired begat Machael, and Machael begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 women. The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Shilha. And Adah bore Yaval. He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle. And his brother's name was Yuval. He was the father of all such as handle the harp and flute. And Silah, she also bore Tubal, Quain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamaha. And Lamech said unto his woman Adah and Silah, Hear my voice, ye women of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to whom my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70, and sevenfold. And Adam knew his woman again, and she bore a son, and called his name Sheth. For Elohim, said she, has appointed me another seed instead of Haval, whom Cain slayed. And to Sheth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enosh. They began men to call upon the name of Yahweh. This is the Cepher of the generations of Adam. In the day that Elohim created man, in the likeness of Elohim made he him. Male and female created he them. Blessed them and called their name Adam. And in the day when they were created, and Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness after his image, and called his name Sheth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Sheth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Sheth lived 105 years, and begat Enosh. And Sheth lived after he begat Enosh 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Sheth were 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived 90 years, and begat Coinan. And Enosh lived after he begat Cainan 815 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were 905 years, and he died. And Coinan lived 70 years, and begat Mahalalel. And Coinan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Coinan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and begat Yered. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Yered 830 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Yered lived 162 years, and he begat Shanuk. And Yered lived after he begat Shanuk 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Yered were 962 years, and he died. 1 second. And Shanuk lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. And Shanuk walked with Elohim after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Shanuk were 305. And Shanuk walked with Elohim, and he was not, for Elohim took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begat a son, and he called his name Noach, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which Yahweh has cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noach 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noach was 500 years old, and Noach begat Shem, Chem, and Japheth. And it came to pass, when man began to multiply on the face of the earth. Chapter 6. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them women of all which they chose. And Yahweh said, My Ruach shall not always strive with man, or Rouch Ruach, I think it's Ruach, shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be numbered shall be 120 years. There were Nephilim in the earth in those days, who also gathered afterwards when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children unto them. The same became warriors and tyrants, which were from everlasting, mortal men of the name. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And Yahweh repented that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for I repent that I have made them. But Noach found grace in the eyes of Yahweh. These are the generation of Noach. Noach was a just man and perfect in his generation, and Noach walked with Elohim. And Noach begat 3 sons, Shem, Cham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noach, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make you an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shall you make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which you shall make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shall you make to the ark, and in a cubit shall you finish it above. And the door of the ark shall you set in the side thereof. With the lower, second, and third stories shall you make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with you will I establish my covenant, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your women, and your sons' women with you. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shall you bring into the ark, to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after its kind. 2 of every sort shall come unto you to keep them alive. And take unto you of all food that is eaten, and you shall gather it to you, and it shall be for food for you and for them. Thus did Noach, according to all that Elohim commanded him, so he did. Chapter 7. And Yahweh said unto Noach, Come you and all your house into the ark, for you have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean beast you shall take to you by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female, of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made I will destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noach did according unto all that Yahweh commanded him. And Noach was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. And Noach went in, and his sons and his women and his sons' women with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creeps upon the earth. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noach into the ark, the male and the female, as Elohim had commanded Noach. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noach's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. In the self same day entered Noach and Shem and Japhet and the sons of Noach and Noach's women and the 3 women of his sons with them into the ark, they and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noach into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as Elohim had commanded him, and Yahweh shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bore up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters, and the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beast, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. And every living substance was destroyed which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth. And Noach only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. And chapter 8. And Elohim remembered Noach and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And Elohim made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters asswagged. That's funny. Never heard that word before. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped. And the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noach opened the window of the ark, which he made, and he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters were abated from off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot. And she returned unto him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days. And again he set forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him. What? And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noach knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 600th year, and it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noach removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. And Elohim spoke unto Noach, saying, Go forth of the ark, you and your women, and your sons' women with you. Bring forth with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful, and multiply upon the earth. And Noach went forth, and his sons, and his women, and his sons' women with him, and every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creeps upon the earth after their kind, went forth out of the ark. And Noach built an altar unto Yahweh, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered sending smoke offerings unto the altar. And Yahweh smelled a sweet savior, and Yahweh said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. And Elohim blessed Noah, chapter 9. And Elohim blessed Noach and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the earth, and upon all that moves upon the earth, and upon all the fish of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Elohim, Elohim made he man, and you, be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply thereof. And Elohim spoke unto Noach, and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And Elohim said, This is the sign of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you. For perpetual generations I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be made in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Elohim and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And Elohim said unto Noach, There is the sign of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noach that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Cham, and Japheth. And Cham is the father of Kenan. These are the three sons of Noach, and of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noach began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Shem, the father of Kenan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noach awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Kenan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be Yahweh Elohim of Shem, and Kenan shall be his servant. Elohim shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noach lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noach were 950 years, and he died. Chapter 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noach: Shem, Cham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Jimmer, and Magog, and Madai, and Yavan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Thyrak. And the sons of Jimmer: Ashkenaz, and Riphathah, and Ripath, there we go, and Togarma. And the sons of Yavin: Elisha, and Tarishash, and Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the other nations divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families in their nations. And the sons of Cham: Cush, and Mitzrayim, and Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush: Seva, and Chavilah, and Sivata, and Ramaha, and Sivteka. And the sons of Ramaha: Shiva, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a warrior and hunter in the earth. He was a warrior and a hunter before Yahweh. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the warrior hunter before Yahweh. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashshur, and built Nineveh, and the city Rechovath, and Kelach, and Resen between Nineveh and Kelach. The same is a great city. And Mitzrayim begat Ludaim, and Anamim, and Lehavim, and Nephtachim, and Pethrusayim, and Kakluchim, out of whom came Pelishtim, and Caphotorim. And Kenan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Chedath, and the Yavusi, and the Emorine, and the Gerashim, and the Chivi, and the Arqui, and the Sinai, and the Arvadi, and the Smeri, and the Shmathi. And afterward were the families of the Kenanium spread abroad. And the border of the Kenanium was from Sidon, as you come to Gerar unto Gaza, as you go unto Sedom, and Amorah, and Admah, and Sveim, even unto Lesha. These are the sons of Cham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also, the father of all children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem: Elam, and Ashur, and Arpachshad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram: Uts, and Shul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arpachshad begat Shelach, and Shelach begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. And his brother's name was Yoktan. And Yoktan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Chatsarmaveth, and Yirach, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Dikla, and Oval, and Aviamel, and Shiva, and Ophir, and Shavilah, and Yovav. All these were the sons of Yoktan, and their dwelling was from Mesha, as you go unto Cepher, a mountain of the east. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands of their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noach, after their generations and their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. So I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to do this at least once a week or as often as I can, but I don't want to go much longer than 30 minutes because everybody has time to do whatever they can do. I'm going to end this with a prayer. I love you so very much, Father. This is always for you, for your glory, for your people, and this is always just for your Son. We just appreciate everything that Jesus has ever done for us, that He'll ever do for us, and He always does for us. So, in Yeshua's glorious name, I always pray to you, Yahweh. Amen. Have a blessed day, everybody.